We're here with Amy Miyako Phillips of the Asian Pacific Islander Older Adults Task Force. She is Executive Director, and we're really delighted that we're able to speak with her today. Amy, first question, can you tell us a little bit about what your organization does?
Right. We actually started off as a task force of the Asian Pacific Policy and Planning Council, better known as APCON in Los Angeles. It's a group of Asian Pacific Islander social service agencies serving many different communities in LA County. And what we do specifically is, we have a multi-pronged approach. We educate mainstream service providers about cultural competency in order to move them from the continuum of cultural awareness to cultural sensitivity to actually culturally competent services. But we also work with API community organizations to advocate for needs for seniors in their communities. We find that, for example, sometimes a mainstream organization may not know about the specific needs of an API community population in their service area, and we want to raise those communities out of invisibility and make sure that their needs are met as well.
Now, you talked about cultural competency. Can you explain for someone who isn't familiar with the term what that means?
Well, cultural competency is more than cultural awareness. Cultural awareness would be where you know that your values or your upbringing or your understanding of the world might be different from somebody else's. At least you have that awareness. And then there's cultural sensitivity, where you might try to accommodate that difference between your culture and another person's culture. And what we're going for is cultural competency, where we have sort of a two-way dialogue between the different cultures, and we're able to provide services that make sense and are appropriate to maybe the ethnic minority culture. So I don't know, that's sort of it in a nutshell, but not a very smooth description.
No, but I think it gets the point across. And actually, to make it concrete, can you talk about the challenges and problems faced by Asian American seniors? Because a lot of times people portray the community as a model minority, as super accomplished and completely able to take care of themselves. Can you talk a little bit about the challenges that especially the Asian American elderly face?
So an example might be even with nutrition. We work with an organization that provides meals to 17 different congregate sites throughout LA County. They do a very good job of administering the meals, making sure the program is running, etc. While doing a cultural competency training with that organization, we realized that they were serving meals in Artesia, Cerritos area, but that there were no South Asians who were attending any of those meals, even though there's a high South Asian population. So, the group hadn't really thought to ask, well, why aren't there any South Asians coming to our congregate meal program? What they couldn't know is that those seniors, they were not coming because they have specific food requirements. For many, they're vegetarian or they need their food to be halal. And of course, the mainstream organization would not have known that and would not have provided that. So right now, we're working on a solution, hopefully, so that these seniors, South Asian seniors specifically in the Artesia area, will be able to have access to a nutrition program that fits their needs.
Now, you alluded to how the Asian American senior population has been changing, at least in terms demographically. Can you talk about which groups have been growing larger?
Well, we're 10 years out from the most recent census,
right.
So I think the numbers have changed considerably. But in Los Angeles County, of course, the largest numbers are Chinese and Filipino, Korean have grown a lot. We've seen an influx of services, well, I guess Korean language becoming a threshold language in several different cities throughout the county. I think at the same time, there are a lot of Southeast Asians who came in as refugees, but now they're more settled and anchored and have families and things like that, so there's an increase in that sense as well. So I don't know if that answers question.
No, it gives a good idea. And finally, where can people go to learn more about your organization?
Well, we have a website. It's www.apioatf.org, and you can read about our programs. We have some of our research publications that are online. You can download it. You could also hear about our Cambodian seniors gardening project that we're doing collaboratively with several different agencies. And programs like a gardening project, well, it seems like just some random social activity. It is a culturally appropriate way to engage seniors, and that's really our mission. So,
Thank you so much.
okay, thank you.